Hey everyone, we have Wing Commander Sandeep Raj sir here, who has been a Air Force commander for a long time and now into corporate training and social entrepreneurship in the field of education. In this podcast, we are going to hear from him his transition from being a Air Force commander to a corporate trainer and now a social entrepreneur, and hear from him all the lessons that he wants to share for budding entrepreneurs who want to take his path. So, welcome, Sandeep Raj sir, and it's a pleasure having you here in this podcast and hear from you your personal journey.
Thank you very much, Raghunath, for giving me this opportunity. And uh, yes, as you mentioned, it has been a wonderful journey in the Air Force, 21 year plus.
Okay.
Joined, it was a coincidence by which I joined the Air Force, but then uh, it was fantastic. And
Right.
for every youth listening to the podcast, I would surely say that you must at least try once to get into any of the defense forces,
Yeah.
and it's life changing. So, post my Air Force commitment in 2017, I took voluntary retirement.
Okay.
And then since then, I have been into some entrepreneurial journey. Initially, I started giving guidance to defense aspirants. Started it as a social cause because so much I got from this
Yeah.
nation and from the forces. I thought I should give back to the society in some way. So I started guiding defense aspirants. But then I realized that the audience was very, very restricted.
Okay.
Then I started thinking how I can do something larger where we can create an impact in other people's life. One such
Right.
area I found was training. And I got into training, started doing a lot of trainings in schools, colleges, then into the corporate world, where being an interviewing officer with the Air Force, I thought that that is one craft for which I have been trained, and I
Yeah.
can share some insights with people who do recruitments so that they can identify the right people for the right job, which is lacking at times in the corporate, where you put somebody and then you realize that the person is not fit and
Yeah.
both are frustrated now.
Correct.
So with that intent, I started. I did a lot of leadership programs as well.
Okay.
And while I was doing that, I thought that let me do something for students who get dropped out because from the formal education due to mainly financial constraints. So I started helping out. I sponsored a girl child, but then I
Okay.
realized again, with the limited resources that I had at my disposition, uh, the help that I can provide would be very, very restricted again,
Yeah.
because the cost involved is not that small. So then I started speaking to others that how we can do something more. So this is how I came across a large Indian university, one of the leading Indian universities, where they had few programs which were intended basically to provide higher educational opportunities to such students who have dropped out due to financial constraints.
Okay.
So here, I thought it's a very wonderful opportunity where we can provide these services. So I started speaking to various NGOs, started speaking to students, and I said, okay, why not pursue your education? And this provides you an opportunity to learn while you are earning. So that was how we started. We started with a small batch. Then we realized
Yeah.
that most of such students are working in various industries as maybe contractual workers. So
Okay.
we met one large industry in Bangalore. We met them, we discussed with them, told
Okay.
about the program, and also offered them that their biggest challenge was one of their biggest challenges was attrition, where they had
Okay.
more than 10% attrition of their entire staff every month.
Right.
So they were losing out people and new people were coming in. But What is lost was the training that they have provided. So these boys and girls, they learn on the job for about 2, 3 months, and now when they are to deliver, they
Yeah.
leave the job because some other company wants them,
Right.
wants trained people. So uh, we offered this program as one of the means by which they can restrict their attritions. So this
Okay.
company sponsored the first batch. They
Okay.
said that we'll pay the fees of the students.
Okay.
Then they identified core people from the contractual labor whom they had, whom they
Okay.
thought could actually contribute to the company in some time. So they put about 36 people in this batch. And you'd be surprised that even after 2.5 years, still nearly 30 students are continuing. So
Okay.
the
Amazing.
attrition has dropped down drastically in this group. So when they saw this for 6 months, they introduced one more batch, a larger batch. And
Okay.
since 2.5 years, we are doing programs with them, enrolling students every 6 months. And it has been a phenomenal success. Similar
Wow.
model we have implemented in Pune as well. So we have more
Okay.
than 500 students in various programs. We
Okay.
have an hotel management program where the Taj Group provides the training and
Okay.
TIS provides the certification. So, with such excellent groups joining in, we find that this can be a program which can benefit thousands of people. We are
Amazing.
targeting at least 10,000 students in the next couple of years, whom we can, I will not say help, but empower them to go for higher education. And
Amazing.
having this as a social cause also generates revenue for us because we have an agreement with the university where university pays us a small amount
Okay.
for every student whom we are putting in the program.
Okay.
So with that, it is a commercial activity as well for us, along with satisfying our social needs. So that
Amazing.
has been the journey there. Then I did my ICF ACC certification.
Yeah.
I'm a certified coach as well.
Yeah.
So these were my passions, training, coaching, where I feel that we can make a difference in somebody else's life. So that
Amazing.
journey has started, and I only see that this endeavor, what we have started, growing, and we are going to do a lot of things. So people who come in with business, if the prime motive is to ensure that we are making a difference for somebody else, automatically the byproduct of that particular thought will be money. So instead of rather coming in to make money, if you come
Yeah.
in to make a difference, money will follow. So
Amazing.
I have been working with that principle, and I'm sure people will surely join this cause where we can make an impact in somebody else's life who has not been so fortunate as us. So
Wonderful. I think
that's
it's
my
a
journey, Raghunath.
Yeah, thanks so much for sharing it. When you talked about it, I kind of figured out that it's like a three-way uh, agreement in terms of your entrepreneurial journey, where you find students who are underprivileged and they have some restraints, and they want to progress, and you then tie up with a university who can provide that infrastructure and the logistical base for setting that up, and then you look for corporate clients for sponsors, and then the whole thing comes together in a beautiful way. And they also hire them as contractors, and then go on for becoming permanent employees based on the performance. So I think it's a creation of win-win across different stakeholders that you talked about, and everybody benefits in the process. So amazing way to bring out a business idea into a profitable venture. So thanks, Sandeep sir. So we also like to know about how you lead the business in terms of your background with the Air Force background. I'm sure you have a lot of personal discipline and the kind of the leadership that you bring from the Air Force experience would definitely benefit you in your entrepreneurial journey. So tell me about how that experience has translated into some of the positive traits that helps you as an entrepreneur.
Uh, the first part is having that legacy of being from the Air Force
Yeah.
generates its own credibility. So when I'm
Right.
talking to somebody, I'm not going as a person afresh wants to introduce. So when I'm coming with that uh, field from the Air Force as an ex service personnel, automatically some credibility is built. So the
Right.
access becomes slightly easier. Other than that, the effort required is same as everyone else who is
Correct.
that. So meeting people becomes easier, and
Right.
being in the Air Force, of course, with commanding a large number of men and motivating them. See, I always say that defense services
Yeah.
is second in terms of motivation after maybe a terrorist organization where they uh, create suicide bombers. We do not do
Right.
that. But in our place, in one word, the person who is walking with you is willing to give his life for the
Yeah.
nation. It's not
Correct.
the salary. It is
Yeah.
the example the leader sets in. When I am standing in front and I am willing to take a bullet for my uh, person placed under me, so that itself generates so much of motivation.
Right.
So we follow that principle where you lead from the front.
Yeah.
So even in this, I won't call it a business per se, but
Yeah.
in this journey of providing services to uh, marginalized youth. So I have been personally going to various NGOs. I take that pleasure meeting people, meeting the students. I try to meet as many people as possible.
Yeah.
So I want to again motivate everybody that you cannot run a business or uh, a, an organization by sitting behind a desk. So we
Right.
need to get out there. We need to move around, meet people, speak about it. Of course, we need to be ready to take no's for an answer, because
Yeah.
every no, as I read somewhere, is an opportunity for an S. So,
Correct.
so with that thing, I keep going, meeting people, talking about the program, and
Yeah.
then try to find out ways how we can partner with that particular person into any of the avenues that we have in this program.
Amazing. I think the point where you mentioned that you're even ready to take a bullet for your team, that really resonates in a big way because that's what the core of leadership is. And as a leader, I think you take that uh, risk of being misunderstood and having criticism against you for a cause that's like for the benefit of the larger group. So I think that really resonates well, and it's really helpful when once the leader has that kind of attitude because you're at the forefront of all the criticism and trying to take that for the benefit of the group. So I mean that's what I take away as a key learning as far as your leadership experience from the Air Force goes. So thanks for sharing it. And also with respect to scaling up, you mentioned like you have to be ready to take a no for from multiple people to finally get to a right yes, the right kind of partner. So that's also a very key learning as far as entrepreneurship goes because you go through a lot of no's and finally you get an yes, which is like taking away all the uh, rejection based the no's that you kind of take personally also, but finally when you get the yes, it's like overcoming and overshadowing everything that you went for. So I think that's also a key learning that I got from this discussion. And with respect to meeting people, also it's really key. And I know you attend a lot of events in different forums, trying to get different customers and clients for your program. So a really key learning there as well. With respect to scaling up, once you have like a product, some key infrastructure in place, and when you want to scale up, I know you meet a lot of people, but what are some of the key things that works for you as far as education sector goes, trying to get the right set of customers? What approaches work well for you? Can you tell us about what works best?
So Raghunath, when I say that we are looking for that yes, there are times when we should be willing to walk away. from few
Yeah.
things as well. I have realized that because everybody's frequency does not match.
Right.
Where in our field, when we are meeting clients, there are few companies who want to use this manpower or this opportunity for getting cheap labor.
Okay.
So initially we were excited, okay, people are saying yes, but then we realized that it does not really serve any purpose. So if there is a conflict between what you want to do and what the actual result would be,
Correct.
it every business person should have that guts to say no and walk away, even
Hmm.
though it appears to be very lucrative.
Right.
So that is one thing I learned. I learned it the hard way, but we did that. So
Okay.
we took some losses, but taking those losses propelled us further
Okay.
in our cause. So uh, I always felt that that is what is the key for scaling up as well, where
Okay.
we isolate the clutter, find the purpose, and then move towards that rather than. So there is a very good saying that if you start looking at the obstacles, you
Yeah.
lose the sight of the goal.
Correct.
So
Wow.
uh, if we are concentrated on the goal, we start ignoring things which will start to keep us down, pull us back.
Right.
Uh, and that's how we are looking at it. We are exploring at various other opportunities as well, keeping our eyes
Okay.
open, looking at how the end goal is same, where we want to create that particular opportunity to every uh, person who has been left out of
Hmm.
any of the education system. So how we can push them up or get them
Okay.
at par, at least give them an opportunity. If they want to take it, it's good. There are many
Right.
people who really don't want it, so you cannot really force someone. However,
Correct. Correct.
if somebody wants it, he should not miss it because we
Right.
were not there with him. So
Correct.
that's how we started, and we are moving towards that. Now, scaling up again, uh, another big part which I learned from my Air Force days is delegation. Can I create more people like me who
Yeah.
join us together in the same cause
Correct.
where our thinking matches? So instead of me, one person going and meeting people, if I have
Right.
10 people going and talking the same thing with the
Correct.
same passion and intention,
Right.
automatically things start scaling up. When I
Right.
can do one, we are doing 10 now.
Yeah.
And that 10x can increase multifold. So we need to
Absolutely.
have the right people with us with the same intent and cause. So
Wow.
if I really feel that for scaling up any of the businesses, and more so in my case, we need to have the right people with you so that we can push it forward. One wrong person in the
Yeah.
team can pull you back way down. So
Absolutely.
it's
Yeah.
better to have two good people rather than having four people who are not really contributing.
Absolutely. Amazing. I think you mentioned a lot in those few lines. The first one, what I thought was the walkaway power that you talked about. It stands a testimony to the values that you hold for yourself, for your business, right? So when you say you're going to walk away, it kind of signals to the other customers who see that, you're not willing to take those terms, or, the people who are not a right fit, like very lousy and not very motivated to your product. So it kind of signals to the other person that, hey, if I'm going to work with this man, better be prepared for, quick responses or whatever the core values that you are. So I think that stands as a testimony in itself for your brand as a business as well. Now you say that, you're willing to take those losses, but you're not willing to negotiate on what's important to you. So that stands as a strong signal for your personal brand and also the brand for the business. And the point that you mentioned, that, where your partners have to be a right fit, people, you create the person who you want to become in other people as well. So that kind of multiplies the effect, and create that multiplier effect across your company and the business. So I think that's really a key point, because delegation is not easy, and it's not easy to find the right partners as well. I think you would also agree, because not everyone shares the same amount of motivation and the drive that you carry in your heart. So it's a trade-off between finding the right partners and also creating that sort of infrastructure for delegation and then multiplying your business. So amazing points. I really like what you said, and I wish you great success in all of your training endeavors. And before we close, I want to understand from you, uh, based on whatever experience that you have had after your Air Force experience with entrepreneurship, if there's any budding entrepreneur who wants to start up, let's say, a training business, and he's like just out of maybe a corporate job and wants to venture into this whole business. So how do you recommend, and what is the roadmap that you lay out for him?
So, getting into training business, the first thing is you should have passion for training. If you are not driven enough
Yeah,
for training others, it becomes extremely difficult where uh, you yourself are not convinced.
correct.
Second is we should start honing our skills. One most
Yeah,
important for any training business is confidence. When you
yeah,
have confidence on yourself, confidence on your capabilities.
correct.
And second is the communication skill, how you are able to communicate to somebody. Communication is not having fluent English.
Yeah,
Communicating is a talk from heart to another heart.
right.
So if you are able to connect with somebody, training is the field for you.
Okay,
So you can get into it. Start small, take assignments which you like the most initially, and then
okay,
slowly create that credibility where people start talking about you.
correct.
So the reference uh, infrastructure or networking in training business is has lot of importance. So
Yeah,
start networking with people. Mm, Try to meet as many people as you can. Take care. Initially, you may
yeah,
not get the rates what you are expecting to get in training. So be willing to
yeah,
do a lot of things without expecting too much in return.
correct.
Start there, and automatically we can build a large business also out of it. Okay,
Right.
there are people who are doing crores in turnover,
Yeah,
small companies, okay, in being in training business. So it is
correct.
possible. Uh, as I mentioned, have your heart at the right place and be strong. It is going to take time. It's not that we get into the business and from day one we
Yeah,
start doing big. So be prepared for a longer haul,
yeah,
and you will surely succeed there.
amazing. I think the point where you mentioned that meeting a lot of people and scaling up through a incremental approach is probably the right way, and also being willing to take no's for until you find the right yes. So that's all good. But when we talk about the startups that are doing like crores, as you just mentioned, I believe it's more of like online method where they are doing like one to many coaching, like let's say webinars where they are charging, let's say, 1,000 rupees per session or something of that sort, where they are able to scale up in a pretty good way because with the meta ads and Instagram ads and whatnot, so they are able to get a lot of more audience to their webinars and through low tickets, and which then converts into higher ticket programs in the subsequent iterations. So, is that the method that you are talking about, where people are like turning around crores in business?
That is one method, but not always successful, because if
Okay,
you're not consistent enough, uh, so you can be a wonder boy for one day, but that is not the way the real business works.
correct,
So till the time you don't build credibility, nobody is coming to your webinar paying 99 rupees also.
correct. Yeah,
So you need to build that credibility. And most of the training business happens with large corporates only.
yeah,
So the webinar business will happen, but there is a very big chance of it being short-lived,
yeah,
where unless, of course, you are so famous that people are willing to pay that kind of money to attend your webinar.
right.
So initially, meeting other entrepreneurs, ठीक है, the unicorns of the day,
Yeah.
where they have lot of respect for trainings, and they do spend a lot on various trainings, bringing up their people. First, we need to understand our competency. Training is a business where you need to be competent in something which you are going to convey to somebody else. So I cannot go and give a training on, say, culinary
Yeah.
classes,
Like,
because I will not have that capability itself.
correct.
So if I have been a leader, yes, I can talk about giving my own examples as how I was a leader. If I've
Yeah.
seen failures, I can talk about that, so that what are the pitfalls you can avoid. It does
Right.
not mean that only successful people can train. Many times we find that people who failed are better trainers and
Teachers.
coaches for us rather than, yeah. So we learn
Right.
more from them actually, so that
Exactly.
we do
Yeah.
not make these similar mistakes, and
Right.
we
Right.
can do better. So uh, a training field is a field where you need to relate to the topic what you are talking about, and you relate
Correct.
need to bring out your experiences in that particular field. So how,
Yeah.
and that's how the other person takes motivation from there.
Right.
So
Right.
uh, not only online and digital, yes, digital marketing plays a large role, big role
Okay.
in bringing a visibility for you. But in the end, you have to go to the field, and you need to prove yourself there.
Correct. Correct. I think based on what you said, you're saying that, that first push of credibility or maybe like getting some people around to your webinar is possible, but you have to follow up with consistent actions of value delivery and, people wanting to get to your higher ticket programs. And that's when you create that continuous workflow of different people trying to wanting to do business with you. So I think that really makes sense. In terms of the scaling up that's happening online, I'm sure it's something that you also want to tap into, or is that something that you're still looking into, or that's something you have it on your radar?
We surely have that
Okay,
that as a plan in future, because that is the future. The
right,
reach
right,
which you can get through an online platform is will be huge. So
correct,
that is where not only me, every business person should look at.
right, right.
So this is the time when we should start getting into it. And I hope your podcast gets a million views. And
Thank you so. Yeah, thanks for your wishes.
yeah,
Finally,
so
someday it should.
it will happen.
Yeah,
I'm sure it will happen.
thank you.
So looking forward for that. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. So thanks a lot, Sandeep sir. It's absolute delight the past half an hour in listening from you and learning from you different insights. That's going to definitely help budding entrepreneurs. I just want to thank you and wish you all the best in your endeavors, and we will definitely stay in touch. But if you have any closing comments, feel free to make for our
Oh,
viewers.
thank you very much, Raghunath. In fact, you are doing a wonderful job. Keep it up. I wish you
Thank
all
you.
the successes in life, and do well. Looking forward to connect with you again.
Sure, yeah. We'll meet again. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.